So hi, welcome to Nice Podcast. I'm Shane.
I'm Glory.
And we're here with.
I'm Teddy from Catch Your Breath.
And we're going to have some questions to say about their new album, Shame on Me. So congrats on that, by the way. How do you feel about the response to it so far?
Been great. People are loving it. We're getting lots of comments, and their response is doing really well. And really happy with the turnout of how it's all going.
Hell yeah,
Hell yeah.
The album fucking rips.
It's so fucking good.
Thank you.
Then, as we were saying earlier, chatted at the top of the year about Dial Tone, and it's just been the waiting game since then. I mean, we chatted, you guys were finishing up the record then. So was that like how long you guys sat on it? Like in total, 10-ish months?
Yeah, we started doing the record in like December into January. That's like, I think January is when we finished all the songs, and then we released it in October or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. And in terms of like the release, like the rollout was like basically a single a month. At least that's what it feels like up until October. So was it just kind of as the songs were getting finished, they were getting put out? Like what kind of turnaround time was it on like the mix and the master to have singles coming out that soon after finishing the record?
Yeah, so everything was pretty much done before we did the single releases, like the song releases up to the album. Mm-hmm. Everything was recorded, polished, mixed and mastered. Everything was done. And then, then we did the releases up to the album.
Okay.
So it was all pre-planned.
Okay. Makes sense.
Cool. So is there any meaning behind the album title or cover art?
Yeah. Shame on Me. Of course, that's like the first, like, the track title for the song that we did. Like it feels like a long time ago now. Shame on Me just fits so well with like the overall encompassing, I guess, like theme and emotion. I guess we try to come up with many different titles and original titles and unique titles, but it all fell short. It didn't feel like it was the right move. Mm-hmm. But Shame on Me was like, okay, it's like it fits everything that we talk about in our our sound. It's like it just fits well with the emotion of all songs.
Yeah. And the cover art.
Mm-hmm.
Cover art. The cover art, that was all, I'll be honest, that was all our executive photographer guy, Aaron Marsh. He did like album artwork for like, Bring Me the Horizon and stuff. Mm-hmm. So we just trusted him with like the creative process of that part. Like, hey, this is our message. This is the emotion. This is the title. This is what it's about. These are the songs are about. Here are the lyrics. Here's the songs. We want you to create something that's encompasses that entire record.
Yeah.
And he's like, and then he's like, boom, like, oh, this is perfect. Let's go. And yeah, it was great.
I love when artists will give the art person just like the record and be like, here is everything. Now you show us in visual what you think this album looks like. That's fucking
we
awesome.
make music. We don't art.
Well, I mean, in 2023, by 2025, you might have to make art too, because now you got to be a fucking short form content creator too. So
that's true.
Yeah. We did pretty well with our content as well.
Yeah. And now, since we're on that topic, like, how are you guys balancing that? Like, the music as well as having to be on TikTok and the short form and whatnot.
Yeah. Well, luckily I live on TikTok. I'm on TikTok like maybe 7 hours a day. So it's easy for me just to just incorporate the band stuff with just being on TikTok already. Mm-hmm. And trying to farm impressions and trying to engage in the community and stuff. But as far as the content stuff, I already have a good idea of how content works on TikTok. Along with our record label, we go back and forth with pitching ideas and getting on trends and stuff. And they really help us, I guess, stay on a schedule or like an agenda, calendar. And then we just have a group chat with the label and and then us, and then we just go back and forth with ideas, and then yeah. Then I edit all the usually I edit all the videos except like the last couple.
Oh,
But
makes sense.
yeah, editing is pretty quick for me, I guess, because I've been doing it for a while.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, you're one of the first artists that we've spoken to when asked that question. It's just like it's like almost kind of a second nature to you in a sense. You're like, I'm already on the app. Like most are like, as much as they got their start on TikTok, they're like anti TikTok once they start to get the following, because they're like, well, now I just want to be an artist, which fair enough, makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it definitely makes sense. But you know, in this new age of consuming and entertainment, you have to be, you know, always keeping up, and you know, you have to be relevant. And if you're not posting all the time, or you know, being active online, you're gonna be forgotten. And it's just sad reality of how the world works now.
Absolutely. So can you guys tell us a little bit about your writing process for the record?
Our writing process kind of changes from song to song. Most of the time we have, you know, some riff ideas. We usually wait to put like lyrics and pen and paper and hash out vocal melodies while we're there, just because we're all together and it's really hard to do all that remotely. So that's typically like how our songwriting process goes. Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense.
So what song off this album took longest to write, and which one is each of your own personal favorite?
From all the songs on the album, would have to be Dial Tone. But if we're not counting Dial Tone, I guess what song that we took the longest to write?
Probably You Should Know Why, because it was like the last song we wrote. Remember, in like the last 3 days, we were like, I just want to go home. I just want to go home.
Was it You Should Know Why? I don't
Yeah.
remember. Like,
Yeah, You Should Know Why was the very last song that we wrote for the album, and it almost didn't happen, and it ended up being like one of my favorites. So I'm glad we did do it.
All right.
Wow. So the longest song off the album took 3 days to write?
Yeah.
That's short. Usually we hear like, oh my God, we're cracking at this one for months. But you guys, three days is not bad, in my opinion. I mean,
I feel like if it takes you like 3 months to write a song, especially now, you probably like don't know like the equipment you're using or something. You know, like you don't know how to use Pro Tools or Cubase or whatever it is, you know.
Mhm.
But I feel like that's really like I feel like it took a long time to write songs a long time ago, because like you had to remember everything.
Mhm.
You couldn't just go to your laptop in your room and track down your idea and then forget about it and come back and go like, oh yeah, that's what I was doing, you know?
Mhm.
So like now I think songwriting is a lot more faster and streamlined, and like the hardest process to me is probably lyrics.
Okay.
Makes sense.
So were the 3 days just trying to hammer out the lyrics? Was like everything instrumental wise kind of?
Yeah, mostly. It was mostly me just being like,
You're like, I just want to fucking go home. And they're like, no, we need one more song out of you, Josh. One more.
Yeah, basically.
And favorites off the record.
Man.
If we're not including Dial Tone, that's like my all-time favorite song at the moment. But I guess that songs are not singles, probably Cold Light. It's like my personal favorite. Cold Light and My Confessions.
Nice.
I'm a big fan of Cycles and You Should Know Why.
You Should Know Why is a banger. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I told you it ended up being one of my favorites. I'm glad we actually did that.
Oh yeah. I'm glad you don't have like negative emotions connected to that song, you know, considering they were like squeezing it out of you.
Yeah.
No, I mean it was our first time like going and doing like a full body of work. Before then it was always like very single focused. Not to say that the album wasn't single focused, because in my personal opinion, the album's nothing but singles.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like it wasn't, I knew it was going to be challenging, but like I was so ready for it, you know, like we were all very ready for the real challenge of like what an album actually took, because we'd never got to do it before.
Absolutely.
And it ended up being super fun. We learned a lot, and I think the best part was we made an awesome album, and it was a great time doing it.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So how'd the track list for the album come about? Did you guys write the opener be the opener, closer be a closer, shuffle around and see what fits? What was that process like?
We don't really have much say on that, to be honest. If we're being open and transparent.
Well, I did the track listing with Nico.
Oh, you did?
I did it behind your back.
Ooh,
That's
the
wild.
truth comes
The
out.
drama that we're dropping.
Trump. I'm liquidating the band account.
No, so like the track listing came to, like, I wanted to open up, and it didn't have to be No Evil, but I wanted to open up and be like, hey guys, like, this is the Catch Your Breath that you remembered. We've just remodeled it.
Mhm.
And like, so I wanted to give them, like, you know, what you've been hearing, like the Ricochets, the Criminals, the Fades. So we opened up with a song like that so that it felt like Catch Your Breath when you open the song. Now, a lot of people have been introduced to Catch Your Breath in Dial Tone, which is why it's so far up in the record.
Mhm.
And then the rest of it was kind of me and Nico just going back and forth until we got to the middle of the album. And then we wanted My Confessions to be like the interlude of, like, because it's like the most different song on the album, I would say, out of everything that we did. And then after that, really, we were both pretty solid on the last song on the album being Shame on Me, just because of like that big vocal line right at the end of Shame on Me was like the perfect way to end an album.
Absolutely.
Sure.
And I don't know if there was any sort of intention behind it, but I do appreciate, obviously there were a lot of singles for the record, but they are so well spread out throughout the album that it's like you get moments throughout the record with the familiarity, but you don't, it's not all like front loaded or back loaded.
Yeah, I can't remember, and I don't want to drop names, but it was like when I had first like really got into the scene and started getting into bands and I started buying albums. I bought a couple albums that were like all of the best songs were like the first 6 songs on the album. And then the rest of it was like, they basically were like, put all the good ones at the front and the rest of it just dump them wherever, we don't care.
Yeah.
And I don't want an album that likes that. I want an album that like people legitimately want to listen to from start to finish, you know? And I think mixing up and throwing the singles in there and kind of giving you a chance to hear other things that we do is a perfect way to get someone to listen from start to finish.
Wholeheartedly agree.
Sure. So would you be able to tell us where your headspace is at while you're creating this record?
Chaos.
Chaos. Okay.
Chaos everywhere, all over the place. I don't know. Teddy seemed pretty calm the whole time.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of chaos for tons of reasons. We were really pushed and rushed and pressured to do this record in a timely manner, but resources are limited, so we had to like work with what we got and create amazing songs within a short amount of time. Because we did songs like you should know why it took like 3 days, but the other songs took like a day or maybe 2 days.
21 Gun Salute took like 6 hours.
Goddamn.
Yeah. So we were really like, it was a very challenge. So like chaos was challenging, but we didn't. My headspace was very depressing because during the first studio session, my grandmother died, and she was like my mom. She helped me she raised me and helped me start my music career with buying my guitar and my amp that I still have and that I used in Catch Your Breath for a long time. So yeah, that part was very it was just like, I don't know. I always joke about this online with friends and stuff, but like we're just a sad boy band. That's what we excel at. That's what we're good at, and that's just who we are. We're always sad, or we're always going through some shit, one way or another. It's chaos.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry for your loss. Yeah, but I can imagine like just the headspace, like the second, because it sounds like there were 2 recording sessions? Because Teddy, you had mentioned the first recording session. Like in that later on, you know, in January, you guys are having a fucking viral moment, but you're locked in a studio 12 hours a day, you know, working on a record. Like, it's just got to be all over the fucking place.
12 hours would have been a short day.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was underestimating, I guess.
Yeah. No, I mean, partly it was because like, you know, we had a lot of work to do, but the other part was because like we're like really good friends with our producer and everyone that like our whole camp, we're pretty close with everybody. So whenever we're like not writing, we're chilling and we don't think about like how long we're there.
Yeah, makes sense.
Until it's 8 a.m. and we're like, oh shit,
We didn't sleep.
Noon the day before.
You're like, fuck.
Not again.
So how do you recommend your fans to listen to this album for the first time? Should they do it in the car with friends, in the dark with headphones on? Is it a workout album, party album? What do you guys personally recommend?
Man, is it a workout album? Is it a party? It's definitely, I wouldn't call it a party album.
Okay.
But you can party to it. I go for it, you know. I think this album's pretty much good for anything. Best enjoyed definitely with headphones on or blaring it in your car so everyone within a 50-mile radius can hear it.
50-mile minimum or maximum?
That's a minimum.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay, noted.
Yeah.
Don't worry,
also
you won't
say-
make anybody mad.
No.
Yeah, let's put it loud. That's my only recommendation.
All right.
Hell yeah. So
Jam
this
it
one-
loud, friends.
Okay, as loud as you can possibly stand it. So this one should be super, super quick off the top of your heads. I want you guys to describe this record for new listeners in 3 words. 3 words each, 6 total, no more, no less.
Oof.
Dream
Okay,
come true.
Oh, that's so cute. That's
Love it.
good. That's good.
I like that. Emotional, heartfelt, sincere.
Oh,
Nice.
Good.
I love it.
Mhm.
So can you guys touch on any particularly challenging or standout moments from the creation of this record, positive or negative?
I mean, it's been positive and negative at times. You know what? I'm gonna kind of go with what we were told by our good friend Maddie Mullins, and that was we're embracing everything. We're embracing the good. We're embracing the bad. We're taking everything as it comes. And we're just really enjoying the ride because we've just started like the craziest journey of our lives. And we're just here for everything. We want it all, you know, and this is what we've been waiting for and been working for. So like everything that has happened, we fully embraced it and we wouldn't change anything.
That's a great answer. Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I do want to just touch on the touring for a second. Top of the year, you guys were in clubs. Summertime, you're opening arenas for fucking Falling in Reverse. Was there any sort of anxiety going from the small stage to one of the biggest possible stages in a band's career?
I think the biggest thing is like we just didn't want to unknowingly screw up anything
Mhm.
or like, you know, rub anybody the wrong way right off the bat. Yeah. I think that was the thing that we were probably most worried about was like, oh God, is somebody going to say something or is somebody going to do something that like either they knew they weren't supposed to do or they didn't know they were supposed to do or not supposed to, you know, we were just, we'd never been in that environment. So we were more worried about being able to adjust to that kind of tour where it's like a huge arena bus tour and we're in like an F-350 Ford van, you know,
Yeah.
like, so making sure that we showed up on time and got our stuff in where it needed to go when we were out of the way. That was like the biggest thing. Other than that, I mean, like the performances, we were so ready for that. I mean, like, I don't know if you don't want to, if you're a musician and you don't want to get up in front of 10,000 people and play your music, then what are you doing? Are you afraid of success? This is not the right business to be afraid of success.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I think that was the big adjustment. That was from me. I don't know. Teddy might have, you know, been worried about something other than me.
For me, like going from like a small club tour with like a couple hundred people to 10,000 people a night. I was like so ready for that. Like I wasn't like so much nervous. I was just like filled with excitement. Like I was like so excited, just to walk off the side, like onto the stage, and just see everyone and hear all the cheering and screaming and shit. Like that is like, I don't know. That's always something I wanted, and to go from from like that being our third tour ever is wild, and just like like a dream come true. It's pretty wild.
Yeah,
but I was ready.
So deserved, that success and all of the success that's coming to you guys. So deserved. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So for these last couple questions, we're actually going to shift away from music, if that's okay with you guys.
Okay.
Cool. All right. So if you could be one animal for the rest of your life, which animal would you be and why?
A peregrine falcon.
Damn. Okay.
I don't think they have any natural predators, and I'm pretty sure they're the ones that aren't they the fishers, like the really good fishers that dive?
I think so.
I think that would be cool. Kind of like the bird of the sky and the ocean, and the freedom of being a bird. Who hasn't thought about that at least once?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe like an otter, because they're like really cute. And
I just got reminded of South Park when you said that. I will smash you like a rock upon my tummy.
Get your intros on my tummy.
Yeah, you'd be an otter. Yeah. I could see that.
I'd be pulling on your back, just chilling on your stomach, like, hell yeah.
Exactly.
And for this last question, boom, you're on Desert Island. You can bring one movie, one album, and one person. Who and what are you bringing?
Oh, well.
Oh.
All right. I got to bring Cammy, because she'll murder me on my sleep if I don't say that.
Mm-hmm.
One album, Homesick album by A Day to Remember.
So good.
Mm-hmm.
And movie, man. Okay. All right then. I know this is gonna be weird, but it's got to be an Adam Sandler movie.
So good.
What about 50 First Dates or Waterboy?
I actually really like 50 First Dates. That's like the only Adam Sandler movie I could tolerate. I fucking love it.
That's my favorite. It's up there with Waterboy.
I haven't seen that one. What's the plot of that one?
He's a water boy.
He's a 31-year-old water boy that's been raised by his mother, like by a single mother his whole life, and he's never moved out of the house in southern Louisiana. And he gets picked on a lot by the football players and has been for years, and then figures out one day that he's a very talented football player himself. Ends up joining the rival football team, becoming a linebacker, and being the big, hometown hero. It's actually a really good movie. It's funny too. So yeah, it's a good one. Vicky Valancourt, you'll love her.
Okay. I'll check it out. I'll watch it.
Definitely have to. Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
All right, Teddy, your turn.
He's in deep thought over there.
Yeah.
Good question.
Movies? I don't know. I'm gonna go backwards. Movie, I would say.
What about the new Demon Slayer?
Ooh.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but probably I don't know. I'll just say the live action Death Note movie from Japan, the original.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
You scared me.
Then...
Thought you meant the Netflix original. I was like, you're the only person that actually likes that one.
No, definitely not that one. And then album will have to be our album, Shame on Me, because it's like the best album.
I hate you for saying that.
Like if your music isn't your favorite, then what are you doing?
Yeah, if you're not your number one fan, who is?
You know what? I'm still staying with my answer.
Homesick's a fucking ripper,
Yeah.
When I say we have a better album than Homesick, we've made it.
Oh,
There you go.
there you go.
And then person would have to just be Josh.
Thanks, babe.
Perfect. All right.
Oh.
So
I could serenade him with the songs while he listens to them.
yeah, there you go.
Aw.
Acoustic versions just for Teddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aw.
The Tedward version.
So beautiful.
So as I said, that's all the questions I have today. Is there anything you guys would like to plug?
Yeah.
Guys, we have a new album out. It's called Shame on Me. It's everywhere. Go stream it. Preferably buy it off of iTunes. But hey, do you? But stream it.
And come out to our shows on tour. We're touring with From Ashes to New, The Word Alive, and our boy Echo.
Who are those guys?
Never heard of them.
Never heard of those guys.
Well, if you haven't heard of them, just come out and sing Dial Time with us. You know, it's gonna be a big party. All those guys are cool and fun, and it's gonna be a really fun tour.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, thank you. So this guy's been Teddy and Josh from Catch Your Breath, and we have been the Good Noise Podcast.